Well, so during real time last night, I did not see that happen. I don't, none of our team saw it happen, because I promise you, if we would have seen that happen, we would have had her back. Unfortunately, this type happens every single game to her, and the league and the refs do absolutely nothing about it.
You're coming in here aware of what happened 2 nights ago? And that still happens? Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And the reckless closeout that they actually reviewed, and the foot still comes down on top of the defender's foot that wasn't upgraded? Absolutely disrespectful. We have a generational talent and a WNBA superstar who had 2 cheap shots right there that weren't called. And I just say again, absolutely unacceptable.
All right. Let's have the conversation, people. Let's have this conversation that people were talking about. It's in the thumbnail. We got 54 people in here watching right now. I want to have this conversation. Ju, I want to let you start it, because you seem to be the one that's on the other side of it. And I think you had I really think your opinion is what kind of sparked the conversation. So first, I'm gonna let you start it, and then we'll kind of get into it, and we can kind of share how we feel. But what do you think? Your argument was that Caitlin Clark, she is being targeted right now. She leads the league in flagrant fouls against her, and so what is that about? What are we looking at? What do we see from the other players in the WNBA, and as well as and when you have the conversation, I want you to speak to all of it. Speak to the court, speak to the fan base, speak to other players, to whatever it looks like. But yeah, go ahead, start it up.
So I'm in the same position that I was for the last couple of years, bro. I think it's a clear disdain for Caitlin Clark. And that's not her as the person. I don't think the players necessarily, well, I can't even say that, honestly. I think it is a lot of players that just absolutely hate her. Let's just start there. Whether or not she did something to them that warranted it, I don't know. But I think they also hate what followed her to the game in the last few years. Definitely the fans. So I give people, when people say that and they're like, Caitlin Clark's fans, it is a fan base that's tough to tolerate. And then you add in, her teammates' fan base, because she cool
that
with,
she got.
Yeah. Because she cool with her, and then you add in the teammates' fan base, and it's just no place for that type of stuff in the game. But if we just talking strictly basketball, bro, she is most definitely being targeted, man. No, they don't play as hard and they don't foul as hard until they play Caitlin Clark, dog. It's always like it's from tip off to the end of the game, man. And it's like bullying, man. And I wish that she would just, I don't know, get in the gym, lift some weights, get your handles together.
I think she talks a lot of and she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it. She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality. So there's a lot of learning curve, like Diana said. And when she gets it, she has elite skills that are going to really help her.
Because you know who they don't do like that? Olivia Miles.
Exactly.
Because she can dribble the ball. She got it on the screen. They're not doing Paige like that, be it because they probably like her and they rolled a red carpet out for her. That's my opinion. But she also got handles, bro. And when you add in the fact that you don't have the best handles, they're gonna push up on you. They're gonna nudge you a little bit more. I just think I think it's clear, bro. I think it's clear that players don't like her. They don't like what she brought to the game. Yeah, they don't like the fans that she brought to the game, and then they may not like how she get treated or whatever. But when people say that, I don't understand how she's getting treated. She getting beat up. She getting hurt every year. So help me understand, man. Please help me understand. And then you have one side, like, you have to acknowledge that she did bring attention to the WNBA, bro. You have to acknowledge that. But anytime somebody mentions it, it's like, oh, it's just because of her, an angel. and vice versa. So I'm saying that and vice versa. When people talk about Angel, they say it's because she got into it with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
But you have to acknowledge, bro, both of them brought a fan base with them that was not watching the WNBA prior to them coming in. And I just don't like the discredit that really Angel or Caitlin Clark gets from the other side.
We don't get the kind of respect from officials that we deserve. Like, some of the stuff that went on today was just bizarre. And we'll turn it in and we'll talk about it. Angel deserves more respect out there. And then also, like, some of the calls, just excuse after excuse for why they missed it or things like that. That's just stuff that is why the players get as frustrated as they do.
You can be a fan of basketball, man, and say, yeah, she brought a fan base. We appreciate that. But instead, you get players, when she coming in as a rookie, you get players that's telling her, oh, get ready, get ready. It's going to be a tough road for you. But then when you talk about the people that you like, you say nothing of the sort. And this is somebody that came in her first year, made first team all WNBA. So I'm not understanding it, man. And I need help understanding it. And it may be because how I look at basketball, bro. I'm not looking at basketball as a race factor. I'm just looking at the basketball game.
Yeah.
And that's all. And I'm seeing the players like have a different type of intensity than they did the night before or 2 nights before. Now it's rah-rah and you're ready to play defense the whole entire game. Ryan Howard. I love her though. She a baller. But I think she brings a different level of smoke. And it might be warranted. I don't know if Angel was my teammate and Angel might be saying something to me and I'm checking her, I'm gonna be up in her too.
Agreed.
But I do think, man, it's just they see her and they see like they start licking their chops, bro.
Yeah. Now, is the response different? And then seeing will be ready to respond. Is the response different? I noticed in there you said, hey, maybe you need to get your handles a little bit better, cut down on the turnovers, get in the gym a little bit. Like, does that response? Let's say she does that. Mm-hmm. And now instead of these targeted, these hard fouls, she's responding with wins, or just getting out of that. Not turnovers are down, whatever you want to call it. Is there an immediate shift if she does what you're saying, what you're suggesting she should do in kind of this interim?
Yes, can see or me?
No, you.
Oh, for sure. If you get your handles together, bro, can't nobody push up on you like that. You're gonna go right by it. Nobody's pushing up on Paige, and nobody's pushing up on Olivia like that because they're gonna get dropped when she go behind the back, or when Paige do that little joint behind the back between the legs and split the double team.
Yeah, that was nice. I saw it a couple days ago. All right, see, Will, who won it first?
Ladies first.
See, go first.
I'm gonna go first.
All right.
How many years do we have to keep giving people flowers for one? And for two, I'm not gonna sit here and say, and this is somebody that sits in rooms with players, now courts on them, post game with them, pre-game with them, see them walking with their tunnel fits.
Talk your stuff.
I'm speaking for being in those rooms.
Marina, you play with so much passion. You bring so much passion to the game. I want to ask you, which one of your teammates you feel feeds off you the most?
In Toronto?
Yes.
I hope all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my job as a leader to make other people better and bring them up too. So I hope all of them. But I guess I'd probably say Sykes. Like, she plays with a lot of passion too, and I think like both of us together can that kind of like bring each other up. So probably Sykes and Izzy.
And with their tunnel fits.
Talk your stuff.
I'm speaking for being in those rooms.
Yeah.
But I've never heard someone say that I hate Caitlin Clark ever. I've heard players talk about how she brought eyes. That's always said. No one's not ever said that Caitlin did not bring eyes, that Angel did not bring eyes to the game. No one's ever said that. So who those people saying that, I don't know, because I hear it all the time. But let's not get it twisted. Things like chartered flights and all that other stuff, was already in the works before Caitlin Clark became into the league. So let's point that out because people forget to go what's happening before she came to the league. All that stuff was already in the works before she came into league. And if you want me to post up an interview with the commissioner, Kathy, I can pull out the archive from when I recorded it when she was talking about the chartered flights when Caitlin was still in college. So that's one thing I would like to get off the topic. And two, the hard fouls, I feel like people only see when it's on Caitlin. And that's just my honest opinion. Because I could have sworn the other day that Paige got hit in the face with an elbow. Face was bleeding. Nothing was called. Nothing was reviewed. What she do? Get back up, go get a bucket, and get back on the other end. Last year, she was slinky. How much muscle you see her put on? But the thing that I hate is because when I'm sitting courtside at these games, you hear things from somebody antagonizing, talking their smack, doing what they do. But then when somebody responds, and I'm not talking about the dirty play that Kennedy Carter did. No, I'm not saying that is right. I'm not talking about that because I always said that was a cheap shot. I'm talking about when it's a push off or the fouls are not being called. There's a lot of things that as a basketball player, you want to talk it, I'm going to give it to you. Greats like Sue Bird said she got to get her handles right and she got to learn to play defense or they're going to come at you regardless because that's the position. And if you know that she's not going to play defense and you know her handles are not that great, you're going to come at her. Why? Because it's a game and you're trying to win.
I would come at her.
I can't say that. I can say that, oh, yeah, I hate her. I've never heard anybody say that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm in these players' mind. I'm not in that. But I ask everybody to watch the game without the high praise that you have for her and then see the difference. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Also, Bob, we'll talk to him. What are you feeling and what this Caitlin Clark thing to me has been, I won't say blown out of proportion. Now, getting targeted and getting hit, the flagrant fouls is absolutely crazy. I looked up the numbers. She does lead since 2024 and entering the league. She does lead with 10. I want to say it's 10 against that are that she has been flagrantly fouled. So my question, honestly, like, are we, besides Drew's recommendations, get some better handles, get some weight on, put some muscle on, and then you can respond properly. Like, what are we saying? Where's your head at on this?
Do we know what those fouls was though? Do you know what those fouls was? Like, were they ones like to the head, and because they get to the head, you automatically get a flagrant, or was they a cheap shot? What Kennedy Carter did? So when you find that out, Drew, let me know, okay?
Not all swipe by Angel Reese. One of them was the check by Kennedy Carter. The other one was the check by Angel Reese's teammate, the Shields, as she was going on a fast break from behind. A few of them have been the closeout, though. I'll give you that.
Landing spot, yeah.
Few of them have been.
That's all I just want to say. I don't want to, not for you or not for us. I'm saying it for everybody out there, the people watching. Let's know that some of them are called for a reason. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry, Will, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to put that up.
I think if you tell a parent that their child is being hit multiple times, whether they're being hit or not, I think it's going to be a heightened sense to make sure that you take care of them even more. I think that's what we're seeing in this situation. I want to start by saying I think Caitlin Clark is a great basketball player. I don't think she's a top 5 or top 10 player for various reasons right now. She's a great volume shooter, but
the dream will bounce back, Curtis. Yes.
But respectfully, outside of that, the assists are great, but when you're turning the ball over just as much, it kind of pushes the assists out. She doesn't play defense. She does foul bait a lot, and you can see that in a lot of what she does on the court with the flailing and going around. I want to mention a couple things that Drew was talking about. He talked about Ryan Howard. For the casual basketball fan that does not know, Caitlin Clark and Ryan Howard go back to college in the NCAA tournament where they had 2 games against each other and they went 1-1. One game, Iowa outmatched Kentucky and Caitlin outplayed Ryan. And then the other one, I believe Kentucky actually beat Iowa and Ryan played great. So there's that. When we go back and we talk about popularity and and things like that. Everybody know, like I have a degree in communications. I work in social media, so I do stuff like this all the time. Before that game between Angel and Caitlyn, Angel had roughly 500,000 followers, was known as the Bayou Barbie, and was highly popular. It had NIL deals. Caitlyn had 200,000.
Hey,
after that game,
shout out to you for saying the right number, because somebody that get paid a heck of a lot more than we do says 2 million followers. So I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Nah, you know I'm only gonna give you facts. After that, Caitlyn,
I'm not sure, Curtis.
Now here's where the uncomfortable conversation comes in, right? And it's
I'm
not fully on Caitlyn, but eventually it does get to Caitlyn.
For sure.
Middle America, white fans saw this as an opportunity, almost as a dog whistle, to turn her into the Great White Hope. It became, Angel is a thug, Caitlyn is this. You can almost take it back to Miami and Notre Dame back in the 80s with the convicts versus that game there. In media and sports, this is what's happening. So now you're seeing it happen in the WNBA, and Kathy Engelbert has been highly guilty of it. They've gotten on her since Caitlyn has been in the league about how other players are being treated. Unfortunately, whether you believe it or not, the WNBA is a league filled with Black women, Black successful women, which over the past 10 years, I'm not going to say a reason why, but we know the reason why, Black women have been completely attacked. So this is another attack on it. So when you look at the WNBA and now you're looking at these calls and you look at this call that just happened with AT, this is another example. Because truth be told, was it a hard foul? Yes. But let's also be honest, when you look at the foul, if you freeze frame it, it looks like
emotional. Yeah.
It looks like AT is punching her in the throat.
That picture was perfect.
In real time, AT was trying to get up, didn't pay her no mind. AT is one of the most physical players in the league. That's who
if
AT
not the most physical.
They both got up, they went about their way. The reason why it makes it look so bad is because now you set a precedent. Because this wasn't a big deal until after the game when media and everybody else made a big deal about it. Then you took a game check from AT and you did that. If the refs would have called the game how they should have been calling it, because let's not sugarcoat it, the refs have been horrible this year. It's not just been with Caitlyn's games. Then we wouldn't have had this issue. But now you set a precedent where you're coddling her even more in a league full of players that you've been telling this is the Great White Hope who's came in, who's given us everything we had, even though the WNBPA, I didn't want to say men. Even though
we're gonna let you find it, brother. We're gonna let you find it.
I appreciate it. Even though they had worked this deal out before. So one of the big for my hip hop fans, it's Macklemore. Kendrick clearly should have won that Grammy that year, but they gave it to Macklemore and they made it seem like Macklemore was the great hip hop host. But what happens when you put Macklemore in a cipher with some of the great people out there, he's going to falter. So when you put Caitlyn Clark up there with the likes of Breonna Stewart, Asia Wilson, she's not going to look like the steam like you've been depicting her.
Keep having that conversation.
Wait, what'd you say?
She done gave them 30 before too.
Okay, she done gave them 30 before, but let's talk about championships. Let's talk about who these players are. Because you want to talk, if you mentioned it, let's talk about championships. Let's talk about, because at the same token, we've seen James Harden give LeBron or who else 40, and then when it comes time to playoffs, the ball disappear and he don't play defense. It's the same thing. So the thing is, right, you have casual middle America fans who have never watched this game before, who, yes, they finally have somebody who looks like them. They come in, and now she's the greatest thing of all time, because a lot of times middle America is what dictates it. I mean, for God's sakes, in politics, the Iowa caucus takes place, and that's what apparently depicts everything of how votes are going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be realistic about this. Is Caitlyn a great player? Yes. She's not the face of the league. The face of the league is the 4-time MVP, Asia Wilson. Is she the most marketable player in the league right now? Possibly. That poster everybody's complaining about, if you did your research, you would know this wasn't a WNBA thing. This was a licensing thing. And Caitlyn Clark likeness cannot be put on specific things that are paid for merchandise unless her team okays it. So they dog whistled that, and now all of a sudden everybody hates Caitlin Clark. Kathy Engelbert is literally making rules as she goes along to make sure Caitlin is comfortable. You're talking about the physicality, and I heard the dumbest thing ever. And I'm gonna let y'all get back to it, but I heard the dumbest thing ever. People were like, oh, you know, if the WNBA doesn't want to treat Caitlin how she should be treated, she should go play in Europe. Hey, stupid.
I seen
the
that.
European League is just as physical. They're gonna
Big
punch her in the
facts.
face, and she's not
Big
gonna
facts.
get those calls. So
No
you do
question.
not watch basketball. I implore you,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be a Caitlin Clark fan, do your research. Do not come into the game disrespecting.
You have to.
Do not be sitting there talking about these great. Somebody said, "Oh, Diana Taurasi is a hater." Let me tell you something. Diana Taurasi is a white woman. If you buckets on a daily basis, does not care, will punch you in the face, pick
He's
you
a
up.
hater though, bro. He hated though, bro. Initially, she hated.
She did not hate. She told
Bro,
the truth.
yes, she did. On national TV, she hated because she did the same. Hold on, she said they asked her the same thing about Paige a year later, and she did not say that, bro.
Brother, because you
Her
have to take into account. You have to take into account. Hold up, I'm gonna answer the question. You have to take into account two things. Number one, Paige Beckers is built for that playing at UConn, and that's Diana. That's Diana, little homie.
Yeah,
that she played
that's
at
my
UConn.
girl. That's it, bro.
And number two, if we're honest about it, everything that she said, she was right. She was right. Everything that Diana said about Caitlin and the struggles that she was going to have, including Sue, she was right. Everything that Cheryl said, she was right.
not. You cannot say, hold on. You cannot say that she was right. She made all WNBA first team, bro. She was wrong.
Champ, I ain't interrupt you. I ain't interrupt you.
Go ahead, my bad.
These WNBA greats were right, and y'all called them haters for it, for being analysts and telling the truth, because now that's what it is, because you're so accustomed to Stephen A. Smith coming on the screen and telling you lies. You're so accustomed to Kendrick Perkins coming on the screen and telling you lies that when somebody is giving you the truth, they're telling you she's a great player, but she has to do this.
Bro,
you don't want to do it. So it's a constant dog whistle. They have turned Caitlin Clark's name into a dog whistle of negativity and racism, and unfortunately, she's playing into it. Her teammates have played into it, and the Indiana Fever fan base have also played into it, which has caused the entire issue. So until this gets fixed, it's going to
maybe you should do this thing when she grabs one girl's neck.
And you also have to consider the fact
she did lock her fingers.
They have created a bigger problem by giving AT that suspicion, because if you look around the league and you look at the responses, now you've caused an issue, because you know what? Now she probably does have that target on her back. But the target on her back has nothing to do with racism. It has to do with, we finna show this girl exactly what it is. We're gonna show.
But they don't do that to everybody, though.
Hold up. We're gonna show Kathy what it is, because Kathy keep putting that white knight on for her. And for God's sake, stop mentioning Angel when you mention Caitlin, because they play two different positions. If you can talk about somebody, compare.
Did you see Gabriella Hawkins? Welcome to the W moment on BG. Did you see that? Welcome to the W moment.
Yeah.
And what BG do? Look at it and walk away.
Moment versus moments. Caitlin still getting her welcome to the WNBA 3 years later. So that's all I'm saying, bro.
Okay, but this is why I said it. That's why I extinguished the fouls. Extinguished the fouls, because everyone was not this cheap shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not right, because sometimes even on other players, we're like, that should never been a flagrant too, because it's literally.
It's been a lot of them, though. It's been a lot of them.
I'm gonna say
there's a lot of them that don't even be called on other players too, and I'm not necessarily blaming her. That's not her fault. But like Will said, the refs have a major problem to do with it. Know the team, know the history. Ka has a T-shirt with Sophie Cunningham on it.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be uncomfortable when I say this, but I mean it. These Caitlin Clark fans can leave.
Oh, they get on my nerves.
Because you're not a fan. You're not a fan. You're using this to push.
Like, you don't have to tear somebody else down to be.
You're using racism to tear these black women apart. You're putting this young lady in a position where she has to defend herself, and she probably has never defended herself again, which her team probably needs to take a hold of that. And you're putting a league that's having exciting growth and just overall excitement, because the league right now, you can ask 5 to 7 men out here who actually watch both leagues, and they'll tell you the WNBA is more exciting than the NBA. But you're taken away from that. Because every time somebody has a great game, you're mentioning Caitlin. Every time somebody has a bad game, you're mentioning Caitlin. It's not the issue. Is not Caitlin. The issue is not white women. Because before that, Sabrina Ionescu was getting it if you was actually watching the games, and she was getting beat down. The reason Paige is not
agree to that, bro. Y'all have to distinguish this, man. Nobody has been getting it like her, though, bro. Come on, man.
You know that.
Can y'all admit that, bro?
Do you know why you feel nobody's been getting it like her?
Why?
Because you didn't really watch the WNBA before.
Oh, you're telling me that she that one or more people got this type of treatment?
Please go watch the game from back in the day.
You're telling me that,
brother. When I tell you before Caitlin Clark was in the league, Sabrina Ionescu was getting it on a random basis. Like this, bro. You again, you're not listening because you're hearing what you want to hear. You all feel this way because you're paying attention to Caitlin and you didn't watch the game before this. The WNBA
to the whole league.
Listen to what I'm saying, and I understand what you're saying. The WNBA is a physical, bro. The WNBA is a physical league. When you are showing all 36, 40 games of the Fever every night, you're not showing any other games.
Bro, I watch it all though.
Are her getting hit or her flailing her arms around?
I think it's a very physical league, but I think they turn it up a notch when she gets on the court, bro. I'm watching all of them.
If we
I don't disagree with that.
We keeping it above,
they turn it up a whole notch.
When you go to your game, sit courtside so you can hear and see the things that she does. Yeah. That antagonize these people to come at her. Because if I was on a basketball court, I probably would have beat her up already. Because I'm telling you,
everybody do that.
If I could say,
you act like they're just going up to her and just pushing her. No, I'm talking. But people are more physical with her.
Yes.
When people are more physical, you act like she's just standing there hooping and she's not saying anything. Well, exactly. What does that have to do with it? Because on this show, I'm a lesbian. So what does that have to do with anything, sir?
Hold on, see, turn
Harrison, man.
Bro, why you keep showing this man comments?
I agree, man.
I just want to say this, right?
Well, then say something. Don't be shy. Come in and don't be like, I don't hold that. That don't have nothing to do with it. Say what you want. Speak to your fans. No, she doesn't. She capoed you. She did not.
Yes,
when that happened with Dejanay when that happened with Dejanay, that happened with Dejanay on the other side when Coach White was Alyssa's coach, where she said the same thing about Alyssa post game, because that's what a coach is supposed to do.
Right.
You should have kept. No, we don't tolerate that type of stuff. No, to my fans that threaten Black women, use race. I don't want you as a fan.
You can't make her say it how you want to say it. See, no, you can't.
Yeah, but you're not addressing the racism factor. Or you keep saying
why do we have to do that when they don't even like her?
How you want it? They told you that. They told you that they don't like her.
Man, see, come on, man.
No, I'm not going to do that. I go there. I think these fans don't even go to a basketball game unless it's in Indiana.
They don't fool. They don't fool.
If that's what you think.
If I'm being honest, I think that even the ones on her team right now, I ain't saying they don't like her. I'm saying they just don't want to be in the situation. I think Mitchell leaving soon.
Do you realize that Caitlin's first season, AD, after being Rookie of the Year, had to delete her Twitter and go talk to the Fever people because she was being harassed by the Caitlin Clark fan base? So the one thing that you need to understand is this, right? At the end of the day, yeah, you can say Caitlin doesn't have to speak up, Caitlin doesn't have to do this. But one example people keep using is Larry Bird. You can either use your voice to fix the issue and be a part of the solution, or you can be quiet and allow the dog whistle to continue to go on, especially when you got people like Sophie Cunningham out here saying that she's speaking for her and she's doing this. Nobody's singling Caitlyn out for being a white woman. We know this because there's white women in the league. But if you want to dislike somebody, you're going to dislike Marina Mabry because of how she is with people. So it has nothing to do with that. The physicality in the league is exactly what it is. Nobody's
singling up on everyone.
Nobody's doing anything like that. To push those agendas is disappointing. It's disappointing. It's not acceptable. Treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think, is just a basic human thing that everybody should do.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm understanding, bro.
Can I ask you a question?
No, that's addressing the racism towards black women, that they comment on her stuff.
Yes.
That says all women. That says all women.
That she should address his fans, and she did.
I said black women. Black women.
Well, I think what you're asking for.
You can't address all women. All women.
Here's the reality of the situation, man. Here's the reality of the situation. She doesn't owe black women anything. Black women don't owe her anything.
Yeah, but it's our black fans.
It's what I'm saying. Would it be nice if she came out and said that? For sure.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
She's not
yes,
but never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
It's not about because she spoke up at the FCs. It's not about us. It's not like we asked Paige to do that. Paige did it because she thought it was the right thing to do. That's the difference. We didn't ask Paige to do anything. Paige felt like the black women are being targeted, and she felt it was her duty to say something. We didn't ask Paige to do anything.
If we didn't say that, y'all would still love her the same way.
No.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
When you go to a cross-eyed game and you sit and you hear the things that you hear, then you come and talk to me, because people act like she just sits there and she's act like these little princess that she don't talk smack or anything. When somebody says something to her, she want to cry like a little baby.
Everybody talks smack in basketball.
Exactly. So why should it be any different for her?
That doesn't mean you go and try to take them out the game.
No, that. All right. So you said 10 fouls. How many of them were? 10 fouls, Julius, 10 fouls. How many of them were actually cheap shots? Please let that out there, because we have to let the Caitlyn fans know.
I'll let you count them when I send you this collage. Show me another player with a collage of flagrant fouls.
I am. I'm going to go do my research, and I am.
In 2 years.
No, we're not talking about 2 years. We got to talk about the league. No, we can't talk. We have to talk about how physical the league was regardless. So you can see that they only started to call things 2 years ago.
The league is very physical. They turn it up a complete another notch.
The league is very physical, and then the whistles change when they play the fever, and you don't want to see that.
But can we
I can agree with that, though.
I think a lot of
what y'all won't agree with nothing. It's like
I
can't say that she's targeted. I can't say that. To say that she's targeted, that these women are targeting her, is crazy. It's crazy.
I think it's very
abuse,
hard not to say
a bully. Yeah, cause stop.
You gotta.
That's the case. Sophie's a bully.
Is she not getting fouled harder than other players? Can we agree on that?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, because you can look at the likes. Coach Carl literally just spoke about how Angel's being officiated against and how she's being hit, and we're not getting the same thing. We're not getting the same issues that we were getting before. I just think it's unrealistic. If I'm watching somebody on a daily basis, I'm gonna notice everything that happens to them. But if I pay attention to everything that's going on,
years, I think if we look at stats, you gotta see that.
But respectfully, you're asking us to look at flagrants based off of a league that's literally reffing her in a different way. They just suspended somebody after a game because media called for it. So that's never so the thing with that is the whole thing about the refs and the flagrant thing is like the whole thing when they used to talk about Michael Jordan, about how Michael Jordan got ref differently. You're golden goose. You want to make sure that they taken care of in a certain way. And we've seen Kathy literally say things on a consistent basis that tells you that Caitlyn is her golden goose. And we know that these refs are calling games in a different way.
So let's say that. Let's keep that same energy.
Before you say that, I want to say this, right? MTMV Sports covers the Atlanta Dream on a consistent basis. Out of all the games, I want you to not only take a look at the number of ticky-tack fouls that have been called on Asia, the technicals that are being called on Asia. Look at how the officiating is being called on Asia in comparison to Caitlin. Hold up. My bad. Not Asia. Angel. I was thinking about my baby. Hi, baby.
I mean, but she don't get calls either. She be having face bleeds, nose bleeds. She don't get calls either. She gets beat.
Exactly. So, like, we have to take these things into account. Until we call a spade, this Caitlin Clark issue is going to continue to happen, and it's going to mar a great career that she's going to have because we are not calling it what it is, and we keep sugarcoating.
Hey guys, it's your girl C, and you just watched the show on MTMV Sports Network. And if you like what you see and you want more exciting content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.